You say you wanna be a star, but the city is so dense and loaded. You need to cover up your scars, and it makes you feel so distant with such a disguise.
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm Roberto.
And I am Namwezi, and we are the
Rivas
Rivas family. Yeah, so a little bit about ourselves. I am from Zambia, representing here, and I was born and bred there. I'm currently in the United States and married to this awesome hunk of mine. And
Yes. And I'm from Venezuela. I was born and raised there, although my heritage is from Peru, but still from South America.
yeah, he's got weird genes, connections.
Yes, and I've been here in America for quite a while, so I'm considering myself most American now.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk to you today about something that we've been doing with our kids. We have two daughters. One of them is, you probably can see her. She's just sleeping. She's only a few months.
3 months.
3 months. And then the other one is 7. So we...
Going on 17.
Yes, it is an interesting age for sure. We go on Daddy-Daughter Day.
And the girls' day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it the girls' day out. So you wanna go? You
Yeah.
wanna talk about why that's important to you?
Honestly, I had this way before I was even married, this idea or a vision of teaching your child. It doesn't have to be only a daughter, it can be a son as well. And you can have daddy son time, which is, as you know, it's a common trope of movies where you teach them how to throw a baseball or how to hit a baseball. But it's the same concept applies whether you're a dad to a boy or to a girl, but you want to spend time with them and only the one child. You want to be able to go out there with them, do something fun that they enjoy. And the whole point is not to really teach much. I think sometimes we think about like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna teach? What are we gonna talk about? Because you know, there's your child. They're very, young minds are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point is for you to kind of form an idea in their mind on what it's like to be, in my case, a father, a husband, a good friend to other men and to other women, how I act with my wife, but when we're out there, how I act with other ladies that are not my wife, for example. So it gives her a good idea of how I treat her, especially because when the fact that she's my daughter, makes it a little easier for a father to show them that example of what she one day hopefully is going to be looking for, instead of the wrong thing. Yeah, I think that's the perspective I approach. Now we don't have a son yet, but when we're talking about I know I'm hoping for another one.
Keep hoping, honey.
Thank you. But when it comes to daughters, that is something that I think is hugely important, because you want to avoid that headache when they're older and they have this unhealthy relationship with their fathers. And before I was married, I had girlfriends or friends that were females, and I saw that a lot. And this has nothing to do with America or Venezuela or whatever. It's just the sign of the times. So I feel like we need to be intentional about that, and we need to plan every few months, every few weeks, who knows, depending on how the child is doing. We need to do that. We need to spend that one quality time one-on-one with the father-daughter day, or mother or girls day, as you call it.
Yeah. Growing up in Africa, in Zambia, maybe some of my fellow Africans or Zambians can relate. In the time that I grew up, we were not friends with our mothers. Our mothers were our dictators, for lack of a better word. I remember my mom would be like, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it was, I didn't really get to build that relationship with her as a child. And so at some point I didn't really like her being my mom, and I couldn't go to her to express myself if something was going on. But don't get me wrong, I love my mom. She's one of the best people I know, or she's the best person in my life. Well, besides my husband.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, but if I need somebody to talk to, I've been able to build that relationship with her now. And even then, it's not that I can easily go to her and say, hey mom, this, that, because I still have reservations from how I was brought up. So I decided to break that narrative with our girls and be able to have that day when they can freely express themselves. They can tell me what's going on in their lives. And it's not just one day that they do that. We're trying to build that relationship with them even on other days that we're not going out, or we're not doing the one thing that they want. We're trying to just teach them the value of life, teach them to respect themselves, to respect others, to love themselves, most importantly.
Yes.
Yeah, before anything else. But the one important rule is you need to learn to love yourself before you, because if your cup is full, you spread that love to other people as well. That's what we think. Yeah. So I grew up not having that relationship with my mom, not to talk of my dad.
Yes.
I remember dad would get off work, and the moment he gets off work, you had to run out of the living room and do some chores or something, because we just couldn't be in the same room at the same time. Well, we could be in the same room at the same time, but we couldn't sit there and watch TV or, talk to our fathers. We were taught to respect them. But after I became an adult, I got to learn to say, well, there's a difference between respect and fear. And what I had growing up is fear that, oh, my dad is home and I need to do this, I need to do that. I can't do this, I can't do that. So I like that when we met, he talked to me about having that time with our kids and him having that time with our little girls by himself, and just talk to them, let them have a day that they just go crazy, feel free to do whatever they feel like doing, of course with guidance from us as their parents.
Yeah, and I call it almost as a mini Yes Day. Obviously you've seen the movie.
Yeah,
if you
Yes
haven't, you should definitely should.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But the concept is similar. You spend a day with them, and you do things they want to do. You make sure they have fun. You make sure they relax. You try not to parent them too much. If they want to eat sweets, it's okay. They'll live. It's just one day. like sometimes we go through day to day. If you're just Monday to Friday, you're doing their routine. You're going to work. You're coming back, and it gets to a point where you're doing your responses become automatic, and that is what this is trying to fight. Because if you go to the weekend, hopefully, obviously most of the times it will be in the weekend because you have the time off, but in the weekend you take that day, that Saturday or that Sunday, to go out there with them and just one-on-one. That is when you get to open up and you see a different facet of them. You see them as individuals instead of just the kid who's doing so many things wrong, who's just so nagging, who's never happy or grateful, who always needs something.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see them as in a different way.
Yeah.
And they get to relax, and they get to see you, which is, I think, the most important thing. They get to see you on a whole different way.
Yeah.
Because now you're essentially acting how you act with an adult. And I think that's the key. Because when you're with your child, you act a different way than when you're with your best friends. And this kind of shows them what their future is going to be like and how they need to behave in order to have a fruitful relationship. So I think that, obviously when it comes to dad and daughter, like I said, the biggest thing is probably how they're going to act with future partners, future boyfriends or husband, or on in the opposite side, wife or girlfriends that they're gonna have, how to have proper love. And obviously, like we said, you see that hopefully you see that every day. They see that every day.
Yeah.
They see them on the day-to-day, but we're human. We get tired, we get annoyed, we get overwhelmed, and things rise up. So it's just a great reminder. It's a good habit to have that pause and then that time for one-on-one to make sure that all your children feel their love coming from you as a one parent, not as both, but as just a one parent, and that there is no distraction for any other siblings as well. That's another thing that we do notice even at this early stage.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And the other reason he does daddy-daughter days to give all her dates in the future a hard time. I should say that's the main reason he does that.
Probably, yes.
So she's not too excited about going on a date and all that stuff because he would have spoiled her.
Of course,
he would have done it all.
Yeah, and obviously I do that with my wife. But when I'm with her, I open all the doors, and I always try to set that standard of what a actual good, loving partner looks like. And when I go on daddy-daughter date, I do the same thing. I dressed up, I put gel product on my hair, I shave. Well, I didn't shave. I was clean shaved still, but I put perfume. I dressed up like
he
casual.
He opened a whole new bottle of perfume for her. I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, and if I have more time, I'll probably bring flowers too. Yeah. So that shows her, that shows your children, like what they can expect and what they should be expecting. That's the word. Because when they grow older, and this guy, for example, is just going like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" That is not something that we want her to be excited about. We want her to be excited about that gentleman that actually treats her right.
With respect.
With respect.
Yeah. Somebody who just, genuinely wants to, get to know her and stuff. And also it's the same thing that she would do for other people in the future. It's not just about her.
True.
And her future partners or whatever. It's also about her learning to say, okay, it's okay to open the door for another person. It's okay to hold the door up for an elderly person as they walk by. It's okay to hold up the door for mommy, for grandma, for grandpa, for my sister. It's okay to do that, right? So it's just a general thing that we're trying to teach them, besides everything else that God has entrusted us to teach our children.
Yes. So I mean, in summary, like we really think that this is could be a good thing for you to apply in your life. It could. I don't want to say game changer. It seems kind of like cliche.
Oh yeah.
But it could be. Like honestly, if you feel like your relationship with your children has become kind of routine, like automatic. I think that's the key word for a guy. If it becomes automatic, then there's something perhaps that you could be doing more. Because parenting is not easy, and parenting is definitely not automatic. It requires a lot of intentional work, and by no means we mean that to say that we're perfect, but we always are looking for ways to improve our relationship with each other, and obviously with our kids, and as a family, as a neighbor, as a friend. It keeps going. So we hope that this was helpful. Unless you have something else to say.
Oh yeah, of course. It's the benefits.
Yes.
What happens after she's had a day with one of us?
That's true.
For me, mommy-daughter date is as simple as going to the library and letting her pick 1,000 books she loves to read, and she play around and sit in there and read and all that. Or simple as going to the park, buy her ice cream and just let her do whatever, go crazy. Daddy's on who does the fancy stuff. Mostly. Yeah. But after that, it's like it's a new girl. She's different. She's open about what happened at school. She's open about how she's feeling. She's open about helping with chores around the house. She's like, she had her date with her dad yesterday, and she came home and brought down her laundry, and she's done her laundry today.
Yeah, without nagging.
Without us singing, "Hey, do your laundry. Hey, you need to do this." we haven't done that. Today when I got up in the morning, I took the sister to her room to say good morning, to greet her and stuff. And she goes, you know what, mommy? I'm still happy about yesterday. I feel very happy about yesterday. And that's because she had that time with daddy, and she was able to open up and speak to dad. And throughout the week, it's going to be more of a high spirits for her. She's going to be happy and all that, and she'll act up a little less, because she's honestly currently she's trying to push every button on each and every one of us in this house. But when we do those dates and all and stuff, she's like a whole new person, because she's been able to have the fun. She's been able to speak her mind out without us saying, hey, stop, hey, don't do this, hey, stop. And she's been able to just
she's been able to be herself. And she's opened up, talked about so many things, about school life, what she thinks, what she's afraid of, what she's happy about, and we entertain that. And then we also use it as a teachable moment. Yes, of course.
But in a fun way.
Yeah, and I think you'll be surprised of how your kid will react to the one-on-one day, one-on-one time. And by the way, we were gone for like 5 hours yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So just be prepared. Like don't rush it. Don't. I know sometimes it can be hard to book that time. We understand it's a busy era for parents, for adults. We have a lot of things going on, but this is important. You're speaking about your child, your legacy, hopefully. So I do encourage you to make the effort of taking the time, putting away the Xbox, putting away the phone, and stop calling your friend, your girlfriends. Just go ahead and do that with your child. You'll see a huge improvement. And if you want to say, I want ideas, you can do she's laughing in the back. You can do a search of date ideas with my daughter. You can look. We have a video, a little short on TikTok that you can check out what we did. But anyway, you just use your imagination. Just have fun. And if you really don't have any clue, just ask them. They'll tell you what they want to do.
Yeah, and we'll possibly link part of the aftermath, the video, even the during the date short clips that he was able to take, and the video that I took when they got back home in this video. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll leave you guys with that. We hope this was helpful. We hope that you get a lot out of it. And
if you have questions, feel free to hit us up.
Leave it in the comments.
Subscribe. Like.
Right.
And share.
Oh, please. See you guys.
All right.